Hi, Assalamualaikum and to doctor and everyone. So today our group 5 will present our occupational safety and health training, and the title of our training is a training for safety, which consists of identifications and reporting hazards. So before we go further, let me introduce our group members. So the first member is Nur Ain Najwa, and the second member is me, Anis Nadira binti Abari. Next is we have Anis Hanani Arisha, and then we have Auni Filza Huda, and then Sarah Christina, and lastly Noor Ashiki. So next slide. For our training program, we decided to choose a manufacturing industry as our targeted industry for our training. So this is because according to a statistic from Department of Safety and Health Malaysia, as you can see in the picture in the slide, manufacturing industry score the highest numbers of occupational injury compared to the others industry. However, for the fatal injuries, the rate is low compared to mining inquiry. Mining inquiry have the highest number. For manufacturing, the fatal injury is not high, it was quite low. So this shows that accidents do happen, but it might be not so serious. But however, we must take preventions and precautions, so the training will help employee to be more cautious in future. So next slide. So for the company, we decide to choose UMW Holding Berhad because it is the one of the biggest manufacturing in Malaysia that produce automotive products. So according to a study from employees in automotive manufacturing get higher rates of injuries and illness compared to others, since they get exposed to a lot of vibrations, noise, fires, chemicals, and hazardous conditions. So that's all from me. I'll pass to the next presenter, which is Auni. Thank you.
Okay, so we move to objective of the training program. Two objectives for this training program has been made, which is the first one is to develop automotive manufacturing workers in mastering the basic of identifying 50% of the safety hazard in their workplace within a 3 month training program. And then the second one is to develop automotive manufacturing workers who are proficient in providing appropriate safety measures for 20% of their workplace safety hazards during the 3 month training program. And then next one, we will move to the input of the training program. So the first one is duration. So we need 3 hours of training program lectures, which is from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Every Friday within the 3 months. And then the next is facilities equipment. So we needed a slide, projector, laptop, microphone, and mic stand, and also a chair. For the venue, we choose to take this training program at auditorium of UMW company at their office building. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, so next for the scope and content of the training, training allow people to develop a professional skill and acquire a new ability for a specific occupation. Okay, so first is to prevent workplace injuries and illness. Safety trainings and wellness training that is effective provides the basis for a safe work environment, provide a direction and training to all personnel, requirements to identify and respond to the worker-specific training requirements, including supervisors, manager, and team leaders. And also creating a writing framework require a company to recognize a hazard and dangerous concerns and take the required action to limit their probability of happening. And next is the workplace violence. The training should cover all aspects of employee safety and health, with a focus on empowering staff to identify hazard situation or action. For example, workplace violence is defined as a violence or the threat of violence directed toward an employee. It can occur within or outside of the workplace and therefore can vary from risk and verbal abuse to violent attacks and criminality, which is one of the leading causes of job-related deaths. And workplace violence includes everything from verbal harassment and threat to physical attacks and even homicide. Okay. Okay, so for the next is the stress management. Stress appears to be an unavoidable reality in a contemporary life. Yet it is manageable. The honesty, even though they have power over their life, is the foundation of stress management. And also controlling stress is becoming aware of things, feeling, and behavior, as well as the impact of our daily life on how people cope with the problem. Stress expert provide several solutions to assist us to live stress-free live at home and at work. Such a technique generally involve excessive anxiety or avoiding stressful circumstances. It is a human nature to deal with the stress by smoking, drinking excessively, overeating, or undereating.
Okay, we move to proposed training and qualification. We agree to choose Encik Muhammad Ramzan bin Ismail become as our trainer. He is from National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health, which is he is registered trainer executive. So for his specialization is which is have two class, class 1 and class 2. For class 1 is stand for fundamental of class regulation 2013, and for class 2 is stand for classification, labeling and safety data sheet of hazardous chemicals for classifier. And then we move to the his education, which is he is taking bachelor microbiology with honor in University Kebangsaan Malaysia on 2006. And then we talk about work experience, which is he doing internship in Jurul Teknologi Makmal Perubatan on 2005 at Hospital Sultanah Nur Zahirah, Kuala Terengganu. After he finished in internship, he doing as pegawai sains at Academic Science Malaysia on 2006 until 2008, and then he moved to the Sandakan Sabah, which is he worked as pegawai sains kejuruteraan on 2008 until 2012. And then for now, from 2012 and now, he work as trainer executive in National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health. So we move to experience in delivery OHH training that Encik Muhammad Ramzan bin Ismail work as trainer executive, which is this is some of list experience his experience, which is authorized gas tester and entry supervisor, authorized entrance and standby person for confined space refresher, Also, authorized guest tester and entry supervisors for confined space refresher. And then somehow he go to the big company like TM Safety Passport, Astro Safety Passport, and also Nestle Safety Passport. So we believe that Encik Razman bin Ismail is good trainer for our training, since experienced trainer and specialization in hazard is help everyone to know this matter, since our topic is about more to hazardous. That's all from me. I will pass to another presenter. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nisa Krishna, and I'm going to continue with the assessment of learning. So, there are two areas that we are focusing, which is theoretical learning and practical learning. There are a few types of methods that we use for our assessment of learning. The first one is program instruction. Program instruction is a method that involves individuals learn by themselves at their own rate, like self-teaching method. The learner can learn it by answering the questions or solving the problem, which the system has a mechanism of learning checking and relearning. For example, in the program, learners will be given a handbook for guidance or an instruction from the trainers while they learn and do the practical learning by their own selves. So learners have to remain active in the process of learning by providing responses, because the program instruction emphasizes the interaction between the learner and also the program. While learning instruction material, students, the learners have to be more readiness and curiosity, because that will help them to understand very rapidly. Moreover, case study method. This method is actually explained on how an actual accident happened or an imaginary accident can happen. So this method is actually focusing on causation analysis and remedial measure, where it can be discussed by questions and answers. For example, like having a good picture will be more useful to explain the situation effectively. Like trainers portray a real situation based on case study, like accident happen in a workplace, and this can help the learner learn through practical learning. Other than that, is job instruction training. This method is actually useful to train by the supervisors and who tend to train the employees. This method also have 4 steps, which the first one is to prepare the trainee and then demonstrate the job, and third one is to have the trainee to perform the job, and last but not least is to evaluate the learner performance. So that should be on the job training before beginning a new assignment. Hazard safe technique, and for example, a hazard safe technique and how to employ safety equipment are included in each step of the job safety analysis, which also help explain how to use guards and controls. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Next is evaluation of the training. A safety and health program should be properly assessed to ensure that it's being executed as intended after it has been established. Then, evaluate what is and what is not working in the program in order to determine whether it on pace to meet its objective. For the action 1, we must keep track of progress and performance. It is important to employ both leading and lagging indicator. First, you must design and monitor lagging indicator like the quantity or severity of illnesses and also injuries. And then the finding of worker exposure, monitoring indicate that exposure are risky. And then design and monitor leading indicator like number of reported risks, near misses and first aid incident. And then how many employees have completed the mandatory safety and health training. And then action 2, verify that the program is implemented and functioning. Employer must assess the program both at the beginning and at least once a year to make sure it is working as intended. So, you must check to see if the program essential components have been fully implemented. And then include employee in all program evaluation activity such as evaluating data. And then analyze the finding from any complaints audit to ensure that any program flow are being found. And then action 3, address problem and find ways to improve it. Every time have a problem is in any area of the safety and health program, employees should move quickly to fix the issue and stop it from happening again. So you must take the necessary step to remedy them, like actively to seek feedback on how to enhance the program from manager, employee, supervisor and also other stakeholders. And then check to see if any modification to the program. And then check to see if your performance indicator and target are still applicable. And if not, consider how you may modify them to further promote improvement in workplace safety and health. And then for the training evaluation model, we have used the key package model. Okay, for the level 1, we assess the employee reaction. We assess the training effectiveness after the employee have complete the training program. The suitability of the training environment, the trainer's presenting abilities and also the value of the training material. For the level 2, we assess the employee learning. This is a test or evaluation that is conducted either during or after the training to see if the trainees have learned the material, for example in a written or online test, and then a performance assessment in which the work will demonstrate a skill. For the level 3, we will observation of on-the-job performance. It is crucial to watch worker to following training to see they can display skill, talent, knowledge from the training while really working. When observation reveal a discrepancy between the desired and actual performance, so we can look the root of the problem. For the level 4, we'll assess the effect of the training on organization or business goal. Finally, we will assess how the training will affect the organization or business goal. This can include tracking things like increased safe behavior detected, an increase in preventive measure and control implemented, and a reduction in near miss injuries and also illnesses. So this is how we design the questionnaire instrument. So the participant will tick in the appropriate box that relevant to their expectation of the training, and then it also have a self-assessment of learning that they need to rate their understanding before and after the training based on a topic. So that's all for my group. Thank you.